Hey, this is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am in Antarctica. Fat tire biking. Yes. Hey everybody, this is my good friend Preet.
Hi.
You met Eli already, Jeff. We're all going to go fat tire biking, and Dave's on his way. So while we're waiting for him, I'm just going to walk over here in front of this really cool sign to show it to you. Union Glacier, Antarctica. Woohoo! So you can see by how we're all dressed. We're dressed in layers. We're not staying overnight or anything outside. I mean, we are staying overnight in our tents back there at base. We're not sleeping overnight on a trail or anything like that, which is why we're dressed in layers, because even though it's pretty cool out here, you get a lot of sunlight, 24-hour sun, and it can get quite warm while you're biking or just doing anything in general. It's so quiet out here. I mean, there's nothing here. No signs of life other than us. We got a lot of great musical acts for you on this episode. So let's check one of them out right here, right now on Jazz's Rockin Roadshow.
I said, now girl, I know I rocked your world. I know I made you feel like heaven on earth. What you're gonna do when you fall in love? What you're gonna do when you fall in love? Make you scream my name every time you come. I bet you taste like candy, baby, on the tip of my tongue. What you're gonna do when you fall in love? What you're gonna do when you fall in love? What you're gonna do when you fall in love? you fall in love.
So originally, I was going to fat tire bike on an expedition from Union Glacier Base, which is behind me in Antarctica, all the way to the South Pole. It's about 500 and some miles, and it's not really been done on fat tire bike like we were going to do it. There's a lot of logistics to work through when you do something like this, and you have to clear everything with the country that is part of the Antarctic Treaty. So anybody that says, oh, you can't go to Antarctica, they don't know what they're talking about. You can go. There's just a heck of a lot of paperwork, and you have to basically prove to the authorities that you have a plan, you know what you're doing, you're not going to impact the land at all, the environment, because they want to keep it pristine like this is. Our fearless expedition has arrived at the Christmas tree and bench. Check out the view. I mean, look how cool that is. Those mountains are 2 kilometers away. They look like they look like you could reach out and grab them. They're so clean down there, so clear. If you told me 2 years ago I would be on a bike trip riding a fat tire bike throughout Antarctica, I'm not sure that I would have believed you. I mean, I would have thought that it's possible because I do all kinds of stupid stuff. But yeah, here we are. The snow is just glittering. It looks like somebody took glitter and just threw it all over that. One thing that's very important when you're in Antarctica doing things is you have to stay hydrated. It's easy to forget to drink water, but it's so dry out here. I mean, it's the driest weather that you can experience, I think. But you got to remember to constantly drink lots of fluids, and you got to eat a lot because you're burning a lot more calories doing stuff like this than you realize. So yeah, eat and drink. Last night I had a beer to celebrate going to the South Pole. This trail that we're on, 10 kilometers, they do a marathon every year, and they run this lap. They lap it 4 times, and well, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's awesome. More power to you. It's not for me though. I don't like using my legs to run. I like pedaling, skiing, sitting down, drinking beer, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and also when you fly to Antarctica, you do need your passport and everything, but they don't check it at the airport. I mean, they check it, but you don't get stamped and all that at the airport to come to Antarctica because it's considered a domestic flight unless you're here for over 90 days, I think, in which case then it's a different procedure. So that's kind of interesting. As far as the Chilean government's concerned, I'm still in Chile, which is kind of cool. It is so quiet out here. You want to know how quiet it is? Check this out. I'm going to stop just for a second. It is so quiet. Not only can you hear them talking way, way up there, but it's so quiet that if you listen, you can still hear the sustain of Nigel's guitar from Spinal Tap. Listen. You hear that sustain? Yeah, it's that quiet. Here's some music on Jazz's Rockin Roadshow.
It's so dark, it's so cold. I feel like Alice when she fell through the rabbit hole. And I know this life's not meant for me. Bad things usually come in three. I go to work underpaid. I feel like peace and love are words that no one knows. And I know this life's not meant for me. Bad things usually come in three. And if you don't think that there's a problem, how are we ever gonna solve it? Yes, if you don't think that there's a problem, how are we ever gonna solve it? I feel like shit for letting myself get this way. And I know this life's not meant for me. Bad things usually come in three. And if you don't think that there is a problem, how are we ever gonna solve it? So cold, I feel like Alice when she fell through the rabbit hole.
Welcome back to Union Glacier Camp. Antarctic Logistics and Expeditions, please check in at the comms office upon arrival. Anytime you leave the camp, you need to check out with somebody so that they know you're not at the camp. In case something bad happens, they know where to start looking for you. Luckily, we all made it back. We are now at the camp, and we are just about where they park the airplanes. We made it. Yay. That was a fun ride. So, of course, this is my friend Preet that you met when we were biking, and I think we were talking about you getting ready. You're getting ready to do an expedition on skis.
I am indeed, yes.
And I think I was telling everybody that it's an expedition to the South Pole, but it's actually to the North Pole.
I'm trying to get to the North Pole, yes.
Which then brings me to the next thing, because you're very modest and very, well, whatever the compliment is, you don't just go around telling everybody, but you hold a Guinness Book World Record.
I do indeed.
Would you tell us about that?
Of course. So I actually hold 4 different records.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm out of here. All I did was get on a plane and go to the South Pole, and I felt pretty special.
I mean,
okay.
yeah, it was very special. So my last 3 years I've been in Antarctica doing expeditions. First time I came, I did a 700-mile, 40-day solo ski expedition, and I became the first woman of colour to do a solo expedition on the continent. The second expedition, I tried to cross the landmass, and I actually didn't make it. It was 922 miles, 70 days, and I wasn't in the best state when I finished. I remember coming back to this camp, but I got the longest solo unsupported one-way polar ski expedition for a female and overall, so they're the records. And then I came back less than a year later and I got the female speed record from Hercules and that to the South Pole, and I did that in 31 days, 13 hours and 19 minutes. And then this season I'm working here.
Wow. I'm so glad that I was actually able to keep up with you when we were biking, because I would have but now I would know why I wouldn't be able to if that was the case. Well, I wish you nothing but the best of luck, and thank you for being a good sport and being on video.
Of course. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. I'm going to give you a tour of my tent. It's a little messy right now, so be forewarned. Here's all the different tents at camp. They are all named after different explorers, Antarctica history and stuff. There's Ellsworth, this is Bancroft. We are going to this tent right here. This is Bellum. That is my tent. Do you know who Bellingshausen was? It's okay, I don't either. So, here's the tents. I should have my 360-degree camera. Maybe I'll redo this, but in case I don't, here we go. So, these are the tents where we all sleep. Right? Got a zipper and Velcro. This is the outer layer. And you've got an inner layer. And these tents really hold in the heat. While it's 16 degrees outside, it's probably easily 60 degrees inside. Come on in. All right. Woohoo! So, welcome to my luxurious accommodations here in Antarctica. So, you can see how bright it is here. It is like this 24/7 down here. Whew, I could get some of these layers off already because it's warm. Alright, so, here we go. Check it out. I got this, look at it, I got a beautiful cot. I may have showed you the sleeping bag already, but in case I didn't, oh, this is all my stuff I was going through. That's why it's all messy, because I just got done doing a ride and I had to grab stuff quick. But the sleeping bags, look how thick these are. So this is the outer bag, and then this is the inner bag. And if you want, you can zip it all the way up around your head. Yeah. And that's all my storage under there. And my mess. My mess. We are getting ready to go to the Drake Icefall, and that is the vehicle that we're going in. Damn, that's so cool. Alright, so that's our camp, and we're gonna go up to there. Drake Icefall. I've got my pole, I got my spikes on my boots, I am all ready to go. We are here at the Drake Icefall. So when you do a trek like this, you follow in a straight line. And the reason for that isn't, at this point, it's not like there's crevasses that you could fall into, but what there is around here, there are smaller cracks, and you could easily catch a foot in those and trip. So if you're following the person in front of you, you can kind of watch what they're doing and see that they made it without incident. Unless you're the first person in line, of course. So when you're walking on this ice like this, it's very important that you keep your feet facing the direction you want to walk. You do not, under any circumstance, walk sideways, because the spikes won't dig in and you don't want to take a tumble. But look at this. Look how beautiful this is. That you, Dave?
Hey.
My buddy Dave.
Yeah. Heck of a walk here today, isn't it?
We've had a busy day, haven't we?
Yes, it's been a great day. Thank you.
We were on fat tire bikes. We ate some good lunch. Now we're in the middle of nowhere on ice.
You gonna do your show right from here? What do you think?
I am, yeah. So this is our destination. In front of me is Drake Icefall. Right there. Back there. What happens is all the snow comes down at a pretty relatively fast speed. When it gets down here, all of this is moving much slower. So that's why you get all this ice buildup, and you can see the cracks in it as well. I was informed that this point right here has not been officially named. So let it be known, on January the 3rd, 2025 AD, I, Jazz Byers, am naming this spot Jazz's Lookout Point. So, you saw it here first on Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. Soon you'll see it in Wikipedia. In the meantime, here's a musical performance.
sun pokes through the misty morn, blanket that's covering her land. I rise from bed with a solid plan. I drink my cup and I listen to the sounds coming from outside. It sure is good to be alive. I go to work and do my job and I stay the whole day through. Yeah. 'Cause idle hands are the devil's stew. The evening comes, I kick my feet, I crack myself a cold one. Hell, give me another, 'cause this one's on. 1, 2, 3. If you listen to me, I can tell you how easy it can be. 4, 5, 6. You can get your kid living and loving and laughing and being free. Don't need no script to try and make me feel like I'm alive. Just give me some sunshine, bright blue sky. Common sense, free will, and responsibility. Yeah. That's my medical recipe. 1, 2, 3. If you listen to me, I can't tell you how easy it can be. 4, 5, 6. You can get your kids by living and loving and laughing and being free. It don't matter if you're colored or if you're rich or poor. It's how we treat one another that'll even the score. There's only 2 sides to that dash, a left one and the right. The first one's where it all begins, and the last one is how you finish the fight. Yeah! 1, 2, 3. If you listen to me, I can't tell you how easy it can be. 4, 5, 6. You can get your kids by living and loving and laughing and being free. 7, 8, 9. It doesn't cost a dime. Reach out your hand and try to be kind.
We just arrived at Elephant Head. I'm still in the van waiting to get out. Just put all the heavy clothes on. But you can hear how windy it is. Listen. That's the wind hitting against the van. It's about -10 plus the wind. So you gotta bundle up and wear gloves. The elephant's head. Woohoo! So we're about to go to the elephant's head, and the wind is about 20 to 30 knots currently. We're walking on the blue ice, so we have to wear what's called grippers on our boots.
Alright team, how we doing? We ready?
Without the grippers, we would just slip and slide. Wow, my goodness, the wind is incredible right now. Ah. It literally could almost blow you over if you weren't paying attention. You can see Elephant Head, that's where we're going. I can't walk and point because it's too windy, and it's very easy to lose your balance here. Weather like this, no skin exposed whatsoever. You don't want to have any of your skin exposed because it's just brutal. We won't be climbing this because first off, it's way too steep for what we do, for my ability, of course. But not only that, in order to climb any mountains here in Antarctica, you have to be approved by one of the governments in the treaty. You have to write out exactly where you're going to be hiking and how you're going to be achieving your goals of hiking where said place. So we're just going for a visit, maybe see some fossils too. I wish you could see my smiley face right now. It's I'm very excited to be here. This is my dear friend Emma. She's gonna tell us about this rock right here.
So millions of years ago, Antarctica used to be the ocean floor, and so we see that here. This is the ancient seabed. So we can imagine that this is the ground, layers and layers of sand building on top of itself.
Wow.
So that's what we see around here, is all this rock is sedimentary rock.
Uh-huh.
We've got some marble over here that's jutting out from the sedimentary rock. We call this elephant's head. You can see the eye of the elephant is that little hole in the rock.
Right.
And then its ear to the left. So we'll see a lot of these fossils.
Now, is elephant's head marble as well?
Yeah, the whole thing is marble.
But not very good marble. Is that what I hear?
It's pretty good marble. I'd make a table out of it.
But that's not what we're here for. We're just gonna look at it.
Yeah, we're just here to look at it, but we're mostly here for these fossils.
That's cool.
So we'll see these seabed floors. We see trilobites, which are small little animals that have been trapped in the rock.
Wow.
So we'll take a look and see if we can find those, but they're a little harder to find.
If the wind doesn't blow us over.
Exactly, it's very windy. Probably gusting 30 knots.
30 knots. Thank you for telling us all about this.
Of course.
Now the colorization, like on that rock, is that from the?
Yep.
Like
So
what you
that's
see
the
here.
layers of the over time that seabed just builds and builds on itself
Yeah.
with ancient animals and sediment and stuff like that. And so that's why we see these stripes out here. That's all that sedimentary rock.
So, if you were much smarter than me, well, first off, if you were much smarter than me, you'd be watching this on your TV and not out here.
Yeah, exactly, fighting the wind.
But
Yeah.
if you were like, I guess, a geologist, you might be able to look at those and get all kinds of information. Like
Exactly.
we had a dry year one year. Or,
Age them,
Yeah.
be able to tell what's happening to the rock. A lot of this rock started as sedimentary rock, so layers and layers, and then with volcanic activity turned into metamorphic rock. So heat and pressure changed that sedimentary rock into metamorphic rock,
okay,
which is what we see here.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Whoa, these that we see, is that just where the ice is like maybe melting a little bit, or what would cause those?
Exactly. So all of the white spots we see, that's air trapped under the glacier ice.
What is air?
Air. It's air.
All of this?
Yep. So those are air bubbles trapped. But here you can see those air bubbles trapped in the ice.
Yeah.
And then over time, that will just get pressed out.
Uh-huh.
So the glacier ice will press and press and press until all the oxygen bubbles are pressed out. And then we get that really beautiful blue ice that we see.
Yeah.
So there's no air bubbles in that ice. So this is all pretty fresh. So glaciers build by snow accumulating over time
Uh-huh.
on top of itself, and then all of that weight of the snow will press down into that rock-hard glacier ice, which is this blue that we see.
Yeah.
So we're kind of seeing that transition firsthand right here. So all that'll get pressed out.
I don't want to alarm you, but I think when we were looking, I think I saw an alien looking back at us. Now, this is completely different.
Yeah, totally different.
Wow.
Really beautiful.
It just looks like a sheet of glass. I mean,
Yeah, doesn't it?
look how clear that is.
Yeah, and you can see all that air, very smooth.
Wow. I've never seen anything
I know,
like
it's
that.
pretty wild. Huh?
It's not only wild, but it like I find myself very emotional.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
This is spectacular. Not many people in the world get to see this, and here you are.
Wow. That is so cool. And again, I could take photos, but
It just doesn't do it justice.
Doesn't do it. Yeah.
You really got to be in the present moment here in Antarctica, because it's photos don't show its like
Yeah.
majesty.
I might as well be on another planet right now. This is one of the coolest environments I've ever been in, and I've been in a lot of places. Nothing at all like this. Luckily, my camera's still working because I dropped it twice on this ice. The wind was so fierce that it just took it right out of my hand. We are back in the relative warmth of the vehicle. Yay. Next, right? Relative warmth of the vehicle. We're on our way back to Union Glacier. Yay. All right, this is my friend Dave,
Hey,
and you worked in communications up here.
yes, I'm the IT and the comms manager.
Excellent. So we're going to go check out the comms building. Is that what it's?
Yeah, comms box we tend to call it, but it's literally a little building. It's on skids, so we can drag it around if we need to.
Oh, right. So you're responsible for all the radio communication to all the planes coming in? Is that?
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
And then communications with any expeditioner on the ground, and people in and out of camp and stuff like that.
Okay, so in other words, if I'm on an expedition climbing Vincent, I would have a satellite radio? Is that how you do
Yeah,
it?
a sat phone, yeah.
Okay.
You'd call into us at least once a day, and if you didn't call, we would start going through a whole process to get search and rescue.
Wow, so this is no joke. I mean, this is serious. Like, you have to call in every 24 hours? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
yeah, and this season we've had 2 people evacuated off the ground, but nothing,
Wow.
nothing crazy
Sure.
serious, but people are doing really strenuous activities, and so,
And up-
something bad could happen.
Yeah, and up here it could be something as, I'm going to put air quotes, simple as dehydration that you
Yes.
wouldn't think about down, up in the States or something, but down here that's a serious thing.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Frostbite
had
too, I suppose.
frostbite, weirdly altitude sickness. People fly in and do the last degree, and the pole is quite high altitude, so
Yeah.
we get a few of them.
Yeah, we were at the South Pole a couple days ago, and by the time we left, like, it was weird. Oh, that's the skis that you were showing? You were
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So you can move this anywhere you need to. What would make you need to move it?
Well, so at the beginning and the end of the season, this camp doesn't stay here. All of these boxes get moved over there towards where Mech is, where you see the vehicles in the distance, and they're put on giant snow mounds, and it stops snow building up over them over the winter. So everything gets moved. We
Cool.
dismantle the camp, put it back again.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, what I was starting to say, we were at the pole, and you could tell the difference after you've been there for a little while. You're breathing differently, and
Yeah.
you're not going to play a game of kickball. That's for sure.
no.
Excellent.
So,
All right. Well, thank you for the pre-tour.
so yeah, welcome to Fox. Oh, hey.
I believe you're.
Yeah, this is Ash, who
Hi, Ash.
is currently on shift as comms operator in the seat of power in the corner.
The seat of power.
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, so we talked about this briefly, but I'll give you the sort of the rundown of it here. So yeah, that's probably the critical corner. Yeah, of course. You can see Ash is surrounded by different radios. So she's got a radio to talk to the camp. She's got a radio that connects to a repeater, which is on top of one of the mountains over there. So we can bounce the signals down towards the runway. And then we've got an airband radio to talk to the aircraft as well. So yeah, 3 different streams of that. We've got an HF radio on the desk, and then all sorts of Iridium sat phones. We found in the last year that Iridium can be a bit hit and miss, and we wanted a backup system. So obviously we're using Starlink now. So Microsoft Teams, which you get in any office, we're using Microsoft Teams as our primary phone number, which is crazy. It's literally like, the same as you would in an office in the US or the UK or wherever. And then we're tracking the expeditioners via all that. They call us once a day. So on this board here, the list of every aircraft and where they currently are and what they're doing, and then a list of every expeditioner on the ground. So these are scheduled 10-minute windows for all of these different groups of people. And each one of those will have an Iridium or a Garmin InReach on them, a sub-description that we can then track. So we're sort of double tapping it. We're phoning them. They're phoning us, and they're saying, yeah, I'm at this location, I've done this distance, blah, blah, blah. But we've also got a live tracker. So one of the things we find, the longer expeditions, they struggle to power those trackers because they're running completely off solar. And so, if they're walking, like some people are walking like 16, 17 hours a day for like the really insane expeditions, they don't really get a chance to charge them.
So why does the internet drop here occasionally?
But the internet itself doesn't drop, but when you're sitting in your tent, what you're actually connecting to is you see that mast. At the first little cross junction on the mast, there's that white box.
Yeah.
That white box it's called a mega station made by Ubiquiti, but it's designed for stadiums. So you and your tents are probably connecting to that because it's so powerful. So there's a massive distance between them.
Sure.
What would normally happen if you were on like normal ground, the radio waves effectively hit the ground and they propagate along the ground. They bounce a little bit. Here, they just hit the snow and stop. And just get absorbed. So we find anything that uses radio waves will not go as far as it would in the normal world.
Wow. David, thank you for the tour.
No drama,
Much appreciated. Fist bump. Great. This is January 4th. This is a bunch of new campers coming in. My group, everybody except me, is leaving. They're all heading back to Chile, and I'm moving on to something very special, and I'll share that with you in a bit. Bye, everybody.
Hope you have a safe flight.
Thank you. Yeah.
All of my friends are returning to Chile. They're gonna take the van here, or the truck. They're gonna go to the blue ice runway, get on a Boeing 757. They'll take off, and they'll be in Chile in about, I don't know, 4.5 hours, something like that. We're gonna wave to everybody as they go. This has to be kind of sad for you.
It
like,
is.
It's sad for me.
You get to know a lot of good, cool people.
Yeah.
And you have to say goodbye.
Right. Except for me, they can't get rid of me.
We tried. Trust me, we tried.
I ain't gonna lie, she's right. Oh my. It's so funny because in such a short amount of time, you feel like you've known them all your life. You know, you have a lifetime of distance between where you live, but you have the commonality of this South Pole.
And I think you shared something special. You don't share this with anyone else.
Yeah.
In this place.
It's emotional.
It is. And they're good
Hey,
people.
yeah. And listen, I'm not wearing these because I'm crying. Something got in my eye.
Anyone else want to go?
To Wendy's. I'll stay here. I'm gonna get...
all of my friends from the previous expedition have just left. So there were 11 of us that came to Union Glacier Base. We went to the South Pole. We went to Drake Icefall. We went to Elephant's Head. And so all 10 of them left. I'm staying, and we're moving on to Three Glacier Camp. So I'm getting my stuff because I gotta get onto a plane in about a little less than an hour.